The Adulting with ADHD podcast is not a substitute for medical advice. Please see a medical professional if you think you have ADHD or have ADHD and need additional assistance. For podcast archives, please visit patreon.com/adultingwithadhd.
This is the Adulting with ADHD podcast, self-empowerment for people with ADHD. Today, I'm excited to have with me Megan D'Angelo. Megan is a licensed therapist and ADHD coach, and she's also an ADHD and parenting a child with ADHD. Welcome to the show, Megan.
Hi, how are you, Sarah?
I'm wonderful. You doing good?
I am. Yeah, it's a good day.
It's a good day. Awesome. So let's start by you giving us a little bit of background about yourself and how you got into this line of work.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a licensed therapist and an ADHD coach. And originally, I was one of those late diagnosed people that had no idea that they had ADHD. Did well in school, did all the things, and then I had a baby. And it just flipped my world upside down and struggled with some really bad postpartum depression and anxiety. And finally went to my doctor and was just like, look, something is not right here. Like, I cannot manage anymore. And they referred me to somebody, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. And my own therapist in the whole transition piece was like, everybody really struggles during this time. And I was like, no, you don't. I'm like, you're not hearing me. So she wasn't specialized in it, which is fine. We got in, saw providers, and eventually got diagnosed and went on meds, and then found out I can't be on meds because it makes my blood pressure go up too high. And so I've had to learn how to manage since then without it.
Yeah.
And it's been the journey ever since. So most of my caseload for therapy are people who are neurodivergent in some way, shape, or form. And I notice that when they have the skills to do what they need to do in life, that therapy goes better. And so this is why I also do coaching on the side now too, separately, so that I can help other therapists who are helping clients who come to me and they're like, this person needs executive functioning help. And I'm like, got you. And so my friend becomes a little bit of both. So
That's right. You are also an ADHD coach. I did say that. Good. Okay.
I was like, I think you did.
That's such an ADHD moment. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I'm so glad we're talking about this because it does seem like there's this really big gap the ADHD coaches fill that the medical practitioners don't necessarily have the tools to fill. So,
Yeah.
has that been your experience?
Yeah. Tools, time, and ability. Right? Like,
Right.
I'm a better therapist. I'm a better coach when the other stuff is being managed, right? There's so much trauma and so much anxiety and depression that goes along with having ADHD that needs to be treated as well. If you're depressed, you're not going to be like, your executive functions aren't going to be executive functioning. Like, it's just not going to be happening. So we need to work on both of those things a lot of the time at the same time.
Yeah. And I too, I'm in the same boat you're in with the blood pressure. And
Yeah.
it really forces you to develop some skills, doesn't it?
Yes, isn't that how we learn the best? Is just throw us into the fire and we'll figure it out. I can't say I'm perfect at it. I'm definitely not.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's an everyday balance of pushing back and forth on what can I and what can't I do here.
Yeah. So today we're talking about navigating burnout. So that this is a perfect segue to that. How does burnout show up differently with us with ADHD?
So when we're talking about burnout sorry, hang on. It clicked away and it went far away. When we're talking about like burnout the word is so overused at the moment that what we're talking about is like with ADHD, an inability to do things after you try to do the things. Somebody with ADHD will understand that phrase there.
Yeah.
Of Like, you can go to work maybe, but, like, you cannot do anything else afterwards. It can feel like irritability and snapping at people and emotional dysregulation, losing interest, but not just in losing interest, like, literally not being able to muster up the strength to do something that you usually really love to do,
Hmm.
and feeling paralyzed by a lot of even the smallest tasks that can show up in our lives. It puts us into this, like, fight or flight mode. Immediately, you're like, "The dishes need to be emptied, and I can't do it." Literally can't. You feel it viscerally in your body, and
Yeah.
that's what that looks like. That's how that shows up. And then we're not sleeping well, and our hair falls out, and there's a lot of other physical symptoms that happen too,
Yeah.
and it becomes depression combined with this inability to do things that you're like, "I know I could, but I can't." Literally cannot.
Yeah. And I'm looking at my questions. This is such a broad question. Do you have any minor strategies, maybe a one-off strategy you can suggest or a hack? Or my question, guys, this is the question I was going to ask her. What unique strategies have you found to help? It depends on the person, right? It depends on the situation.
Always.
If adulting with ADHD feels overwhelming, you are not alone. ADHD Online provides a diagnostic evaluation that offers personalized insights to help you navigate ADHD and beyond. Aside from ADHD, it's looking at anxiety, depression, binge eating disorder, and more. What's great about this is you can take those results and you can go to your own practitioner, or they have practitioners they can help you connect with. Listeners of the Adulting with ADHD podcast save $40 off and receive a $149 diagnostic evaluation by visiting adhdonline.com/adultingwithadhd, promo code adultingadhd40.
I took notes on this because I was like, there are some really tried and true things that are helpful. And
Awesome.
please don't come after me for saying these things, because some of
Okay.
them we're all going to scoff at, and I understand, and we can talk about it a little bit more. The first one is rest and making sure you're sleeping, like prioritizing sleep over other things. Like, it's okay if the laundry stays in the basket for 3 weeks if you are getting enough sleep. Learning how to let go of things and not feel that shame, that deep shame we have of not doing this stuff. You're like, you literally can't. It's like somebody cut off your arms or cut off your legs, and you physically cannot do the stuff. It hurts. And so making sure that you were prioritizing rest and prioritizing nourishing your body, making sure that you eat. These are very basic things. And then the other one that you're all going to come after me for is exercise, which I call body movement.
I do too. I call it movement.
It's movement. Move your body. Like,
Move.
literally, like, I've had people be like, I'm so in burnout, I can't physically move. I was like, how about you just go lay in the grass outside?
Yes.
Like, you don't need to do anything. Just go be outside for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it takes to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And just to put a little credibility here, over the summer, I was recovering from burnout, and
Mhm.
these were the things I did, and they did help. There were times when all I could do was sit out in my backyard and just wait for the sun to hit me and activate me. Yes. To turn me on. Yeah.
Yes. And you're just like absorbing some sort of like life energy from the outside to be like, I have to do these things. And when you're an adult and you've got kids or life and things, like, that stuff doesn't stop. I know that a lot of this sounds really hard, but it is doing little things. It's not resting all the time. It is literally shoveling food in your mouth. I don't care if it's a cheese stick or a hard-boiled egg or whatever. It's something that is better than nothing, and
Yeah.
it's better than shoveling yourself full of coffee all day, which
Yeah.
will lead to excessive burnout also.
Yeah, and I always think about the fed is best thing with babies, the big argument. It's the same with adults. Fed is best. Like, just eat
Yes.
something.
And I'm like, especially if you're in burnout, like the kids
Love
can have
that.
nugs every single day. It's
Yeah.
fine. You can
Right.
have cereal for dinner, like cereal Friday. Lovely. Let's do it. Let's keep our
Absolutely.
standards low and
Yeah.
do less. And that's going to be the most important thing. And then once you're doing things, understand that what you're doing initially might not be the long-term solution for a thing.
Mhm.
And that's fine. Like this is all experimentation and all figuring it out and knowing that things will change because you have ADHD and stuff gets boring.
Absolutely. I had a week last week where every day of the week I was using a different system, but I just kept going because I was like, whatever, this is working. I know this isn't going to be the forever thing, but,
Yes.
and every day I did, and it wasn't something I did on purpose, but it was like every day it was like a completely different thing, process.
Yeah. And just
Yeah.
acknowledging that and being like,
Mm.
it's okay that I do this.
Yeah.
That's like probably the biggest change that we can do for ourselves in any moment. It's just like this acceptance of I'm using a different system every day, but we're working here and it's fine.
Yeah. Let's sort it out later, but right now it's getting me through.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know my type A friends, like if they watched me work, they would probably have a stroke. But it's, oh, we'll just make something up today and we'll just make something else up tomorrow. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yes. We work in star patterns. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about, you mentioned family and we're talking about work. And I'm in one of these households. When you have a household with multiple neurodivergent people, what on earth, how do you even start to approach that?
I'm wondering, I'm like, is this gonna I'm like, hopefully this resonates for you and some things that you do. So what I see people struggle with initially is the acceptance that we're all neurodivergent here. And I'm pretty sure my husband's neurotypical and he boggles his mind like how my son and I work. And when you're in these households, if you stop comparing yourself to neurotypical households and stop running things like a neurotypical household, that's going to be your first step there. Is
Freedom.
you just show up and you're like, okay, what are people good at? This one kid is great at remembering times for stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
Kids are never great at remembering time for stuff. And I'm like, said no kid ever.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Embracing people's strengths and what they're good at. And then showing up together as a family too and
Yeah.
being like, this is how we're going to run our household and using some like humor in between all of it and really externalizing everything. I live and die by my little voice in the box thing. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
we call it the voice in the box. Sorry. The like
Yeah.
Google Home or whatever it is that you
Mm.
have
Yeah.
that I'm like, this is the only way that I will turn off watering my lawn
Yeah.
because I will water my lawn all day if
Yeah. Or overflow the swimming pool. Yeah. Same.
always. Yes. And I
Always.
just know that about myself. And so
Mhm.
that's what I encourage everybody else to do. Be like, I suck at time management. I have no clue what this is going to look like. So I need that reminder. And if you can get an external reminder, whether that's a bracelet on your wrist, of you just know, like when you're wearing the red bracelet, it means today is bathroom cleaning day.
Yeah.
Or you have one of those fancy schmancy like skylight calendars that people look at and can check off things and get stars. I never did a star chart with my kid because I can't keep up with it. But this thing can do it for me. And I was like, fabulous. Thank you. Please.
Yeah, that sounds so nice. I just bought my second set of star chart supplies because I just got back from visiting my folks and I left my other star chart supplies out of town. Most ADHD thing ever.
Yes. Always. Yes.
I'm trying to make it happen. And they're not even for my kid or for me.
Yes. And then the do it now piece.
Yes.
Like when you're requested to do something in my house, like it has, luckily we're not working with the PDA profiles in my house, but sometimes when I say this, I'm like, this doesn't apply to everybody, but
Yeah.
it's like a do it now piece of I asked you to do it now because I know if you don't do it now, you won't do it because this is how I run my life too. So
Yeah. None of
it's
us live in
now
Denver.
or never.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you've ever read Keeping House While Drowning or anything like
Oh,
that,
such a good book.
such a good book. Like, her stuff is just run the dishwasher again. Don't fold your socks, throw them in a bin. Pick your hills that you want to embrace and pick your hills that you want to get rid of.
Yeah.
If folding laundry is tedious and terrible, don't do it.
I'm all about the bins.
The
And just
bins are great.
little bins.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just put them in little
Yes.
bins.
Yes. Or there's the maximalist and then there's the minimalist ADHDers, right?
Yeah.
The people who have lots of stuff and the people who have 7 pairs of socks and they're like literally not do laundry.
Yeah. Not skip a single week. Yeah.
And they're like, that helps me stay on track. That's great. The other thing I have for families too is just like designating days to do things so it becomes a routine is so important. So you don't actually have to remember anymore. Like for our family, we clean on Saturday morning. Like we don't like cleaning any other day of the week. We just don't. Nothing gets cleaned, counters get wiped down, stuff like that. But there's no dusting or vacuuming or anything going on like that
Yeah.
until Saturday because we just don't. And we don't have the energy, mental capacity to do it. And so Saturday
Yeah.
is just, we do all the things. But that's our family.
Similar. We do Sundays, but it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to do Sundays, but we found out we hated it because it
Oh.
turned into, it's Sunday, it's the day before we start the week again. So we do it Saturday morning. And
Oh.
luckily we don't have any conflicting like scheduling things at the moment, which is nice.
Which is real.
And like my husband has his thing and I do my thing. We both have our noise canceling headphones on and the kiddo's got his stuff that he's got to do. He's 11, so he's not like a 3-year-old running around. So he can do some more
Contribute.
stuff now, which has been glorious. But
Yeah. And your body doubling.
yes,
Yeah, I love it.
yeah, he's doing it. I'm doing it. We're having our own little like dance parties separately, listening to completely different things.
Absolutely. Because no hate, but I just K-pop Demon Hunters. I cannot listen through another round
Oh
of
my
it.
gosh.
No hate. I'm done. I've got to
You're
listen
done.
to my own music. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Or you put yourself on like your little romantasy book and you're just like folding laundry and you're like, oh, bye.
That makes me want to fold laundry, right? Yeah, which is the point, right? Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly a point.
I love that. I love that so much. Same for work. Like I would pop in a podcast if I was doing something boring. Yeah.
Always. I
Always.
listen. My tool is actually like the binaural beats.
Yeah.
Well, if you've ever tried and put on your headphones, put it on YouTube or whatever, and like this, like I've Pavloved myself here
It's awesome.
into like when I hear that stuff, I work. It's
Yeah.
bizarre, but it works.
That's incredible. I've heard
So-
people do that with scents. Like
Mhm.
certain scents can trigger that. Yeah, I tried with a candle once. It didn't stick because I couldn't remember to light the candles. Or blow it out.
Exactly.
Why do that to yourself?
Right. Let's not burn down our houses and
Yeah.
in lieu of trying to Pavlov ourselves in some way, shape, or form.
These are all such really good pointers, and it makes me want to go pop on some earbuds and clean my house immediately. Where can our listeners keep up with you after this?
So I'm one of those funny people that really does not engage with their social media stuff. So I have it.
I don't
It's out
either.
there. If you want to follow me, I'm on TikTok and I'm on Instagram at whatever works ADHD.
That's your
But I'm
website
not-
too?
I couldn't tell you that I am actually engaging with it at the moment. I have a website.
Mhm.
Website is whateverworksadhd.com, which
Uh-huh.
is my coaching business. I also run Balanced Living Counseling Services, which is based out of Washington State.
Mhm.
I'm also licensed in Wisconsin and Florida. And so
Nice.
between those, I
Mhm.
do all the things. But this was part of the burnout. I was burning myself out on
Yeah.
like social
All the
media stuff.
things.
And I was like, I can't do this. This
Yeah.
is not good for me. And so I had to cut it out. But it's up there. So if you want to see me do things or just talk, then I'm there.
Awesome.
And the best way to reach me is always going to be via email. And that email
Oh.
is just info@whateverworksadhd.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal, Megan. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great. Super, super fun. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to keep